Introduction. Gazing into the abyss. Imagine standing on the precipice of a vast, dark void, an infinite expanse stretching beyond comprehension. As you peer into the enigmatic unknown, what do you see? What emotions stir within you? For many, this abyss embodies fear, chaos, and the disintegration of all that is familiar. But what if I told you that within this abyss lies the potential for profound transformation? That by understanding and embracing this abyss, both the one within us and the one around us, we can unlock the doors to our true potential. Stay with me, for by the end of this exploration you may uncover truths that forever alter your perception of yourself and the world. And the final revelation? It promises to be the most transformative of all. The abyss in human thought. The abyss has haunted human thought for centuries. It has been explored in the writings of ancient philosophers, depicted in myths, and dissected in modern psychological theories. This concept represents the unknown, the hidden forces within our psyche, and the vast uncertainties of existence itself. Today, we delve deep into the abyss, not just to understand what it represents, but to uncover how it shapes our fears, choices, and growth. Together, we will confront the abyss, harness its immense power, and emerge as stronger, wiser, and more resilient beings. Now, let us embark on this journey into the psychology of the abyss, a voyage that holds the promise of enlightenment, growth, and perhaps transformation. What is the abyss? So, what is the abyss? In nature, it can be both literal and metaphorical, a chasm that symbolizes challenges and truths we often prefer to avoid. However, the abyss is not merely a philosophical abstraction, it is also a psychological reality. Carl Jung, the renowned father of analytical psychology, touched upon a similar concept in his theory of the shadow. The shadow encompasses the aspects of ourselves that we suppress, reject, or fail to recognize. It is where our fears, insecurities, and unacknowledged desires reside. In this way, the abyss is not just an external phenomenon. It exists within every one of us. Moments of chaos and opportunity. Have you ever experienced moments in life where everything seemed to spiral into chaos, when familiar structures disintegrated, leaving you in a state of confusion and uncertainty? That's the abyss at work. It's that unsettling void that emerges when life's certainties crumble. Yet, paradoxically, this terrifying space also holds a reservoir of untapped power. Jung believed that confronting the shadow is essential for personal growth. Similarly, facing the abyss is crucial for true self-discovery. When we shy away from the abyss, we miss the truths it has to offer. Think of it as a mirror, one that not only reflects our flaws but also reveals our strengths and potential. The question is, are you brave enough to gaze into it? The duality of the abyss. The abyss carries a profound duality. On one hand, it symbolizes destruction, the annihilation of comfort, identity, and certainty. On the other hand, it represents creation, the opportunity to reinvent oneself, to find strength through adversity. This duality mirrors the very cycle of life. From chaos emerges order, and from order arises chaos. Danish philosopher Søren Kierkegaard, often regarded as the father of existentialism, referred to the dizziness of freedom, a sensation akin to standing at the edge of a cliff, staring into the infinite possibilities of existence. For Kierkegaard, the abyss was both a threat and an opportunity. It is the place where we confront the weight of our choices and the consequences of our freedom. Facing difficult truths. Consider this. How often do you avoid facing difficult truths or uncomfortable situations? What if, instead of running away, you chose to confront them head-on? The abyss challenges us to face our deepest fears, but in doing so, it offers a chance to grow. Let's take a real-world example. Failure. Many perceive failure as a fall into the abyss, a dark place where self-worth and capabilities are questioned. However, if you study the lives of great innovators, leaders, and thinkers, you'll notice a recurring pattern. They embraced failure. For them, failure wasn't the end but a gateway to new insights, strategies, and achievements. Learning from failure. Take Thomas Edison, for instance. When asked about his thousands of failed attempts to create the light bulb, he famously said, "I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work." For Edison, the abyss of failure was not a void to be avoided, but a space to explore and learn. The lesson here is profound. When faced with courage, the abyss becomes a crucible for transformation. It strips away illusions and forces us to confront our essence. In this confrontation, we find clarity, strength, and purpose. Identifying your abyss. So, what is your abyss? Is it the fear of failure, rejection, or the unknown? Imagine how your life might change if you stopped running from it and began facing it instead. When was the last time you truly gazed into your abyss? What did you see? The abyss, as intimidating and complex as it may seem, does not operate in isolation. It interacts with every facet of our existence, our choices, relationships, ambitions, and even the narratives we construct about ourselves. To fully understand the psychology of the abyss, we must examine how it subtly yet profoundly influences these aspects of our lives. Fear and the abyss. One of the primary emotions triggered by the abyss is fear. Fear of the unknown, the uncertain, and the uncontrollable. Left unchecked, fear becomes a prison that prevents us from taking risks, exploring new horizons, and becoming the person we are meant to be. Psychologist Susan Jeffers, in her groundbreaking book Feel the Fear and Do It Anyway, posited that fear is not an emotion to be eradicated, but one to be embraced. By stepping into fear rather than fleeing from it, we allow ourselves to grow and thrive. Reflect on moments when fear held you back. Was it the fear of failure, rejection, or perhaps success and the responsibilities it entails? These fears often stem from the abyss, the vast unknown challenging our sense of control. Yet, if we reframe fear as a guide rather than a barrier, it reveals opportunities for growth and self-discovery. Resilience through adversity. This brings us to resilience, the ability to adapt and recover in the face of adversity. The abyss tests our resilience, pushing us to our limits and revealing our true capabilities. Viktor Frankl, a psychiatrist and Holocaust survivor, wrote extensively about this in his seminal work, Man's Search for Meaning. Frankl observed that even in the darkest depths of suffering, those who found meaning in their experiences were able to endure and grow stronger. His insights illuminate a profound truth. The abyss, no matter how overwhelming, can be a source of immense meaning and transformation if we engage with it. Existential anxiety and authentic living. In today's world, the abyss often manifests as existential anxiety, an unease about life's purpose, the inevitability of death, or the seeming insignificance of existence. Existential philosophers like Martin Heidegger and Jean-Paul Sartre viewed this anxiety not as a negative force, but as a call to live authentically and align our actions with our deepest values. Reflect on your own life. Are you living in alignment with what truly matters, or are you consumed by distractions? The abyss forces us to confront these questions, often through moments of crisis. These crises, though painful, are opportunities to reevaluate, reset, and reconnect with our core selves. Relationships in the abyss. Relationships, too, are deeply impacted by the abyss. When we avoid confronting our inner voids, we project them onto others, leading to misunderstandings and unfulfilled connections. For instance, a fear of abandonment might cause someone to cling too tightly to their partner, inadvertently creating the very distance they fear. Conversely, a fear of vulnerability might lead to emotional barriers that keep others at bay. The abyss teaches us that true connection requires courage, the courage to be seen, to be imperfect, and to accept the imperfections of others. Ambition and inner fulfillment. Even in the pursuit of ambition and success, the abyss plays a pivotal role. Many chase external achievements, believing they will fill the void within. Yet, as countless stories of unfulfilled billionaires and burned-out executives reveal, external success alone cannot satisfy our deeper yearnings. The abyss reminds us to look inward, to ask what truly matters, and to pursue goals that resonate with our authentic selves. Embracing the abyss. The abyss is not something to conquer or eliminate. It is an intrinsic part of our journey, a constant companion in life's ebb and flow. Our task is not to defeat it, but to understand it, learn from it, and integrate its lessons. How often do you avoid life's deeper questions? What might you uncover if you fully engaged with the abyss? The abyss as a teacher. The abyss is not merely a challenge, it is a teacher. Its lessons, though wrapped in discomfort, hold the keys to profound transformation. One of its most vital lessons is the art of surrender, releasing the illusion of control and embracing uncertainty and vulnerability. Just as a seed must break apart in the soil's darkness to sprout, we too must yield to life's transformative conditions. When faced with the abyss, strength often lies in surrender, in allowing ourselves to be changed. Growth through grief. Consider those who have faced profound loss, whether of a loved one, a dream, or a part of their identity. Grief can feel all-consuming, tempting us to numb the pain. Yet those who sit with their grief, acknowledging it and exploring its depths, often emerge with renewed clarity and purpose. Their pain becomes a source of wisdom and strength. Humility and interconnection. The abyss also fosters humility. Confronting the unknown reminds us of our fragility and interdependence, deepening our connection with ourselves, others, and the larger forces shaping our existence. History's great minds, from Socrates, who declared wisdom in knowing one's ignorance, to Einstein, who marveled at the universe, demonstrated humility in their engagement with the abyss. Transformation through the abyss. As we navigate the cycles of descent and ascent through the abyss, we emerge transformed. Each encounter challenges us, offering growth and discovery. Through mindfulness and creative expression, we can engage with the abyss effectively, transforming its chaos into beauty and meaning. So, how will you face the abyss? Will you see it as a threat or an invitation to evolve? Conclusion. The abyss as a beginning. The abyss is not an end, but a beginning. By embracing it, you unlock your potential and strengthen your resilience. The next time the abyss calls, how will you respond? With fear or with courage, curiosity, and an open heart? The choice is yours, and in that choice lies your power.